Okay, so BB's come back and the background's flickering, all weird. And it's all glowy now. Finale's way over here. Okay, it's a cutscene, and then I guess the final actual battle. And then we won, I suppose? We gave up on being one of the 72 pillars and became simply SE.RA.PH, a single demon god. I didn't know where the other 3 pillars went, nor did I care. I harbored no hatred for humanity. On the contrary, I had high hopes for its potential. I made managing humans as sources of information my life's new work. And I chose SE.RA.PH as my base of operations. Philaros had previously reported that this facility was one of the causes of the unobservable region. I chose one of the humans from the church to be my host. It was an emergency measure I had to take until I could heal from the wounds I suffered at the Temple of Time. My work would take several decades to complete. During that time, I came to the conclusion that a human host was the best way to avoid Chaldea's detection. I was sure of it. The name of the human I possessed was SE.RA.PH. She was a therapist who lent people her ear and helped to solve their problems. She was an absolute saint, worthy enough to be the vessel of a savior even. She was persecuted because of her innate kindness, but was thought to be inconvenient in the human world. I can say this much even now. If not for an outside influence like me, Kiara would be living a modest but happy life. She would have been respected among the members of a small community until the end of her days. She may have been kind, but that's not the quality I had need of, so I buried it in the depths of her subconsciousness. I acted while she was asleep and attempted to recover my strength over time. Remarkable, quantifying emotions to soothe the hearts of all those suffering from inner turmoil. What a brilliant idea, SE.RA.PH. You may use my body as you wish. Kiara offered no resistance in handing her body over to me. I truly felt that her devotion, her passion, and respect for me were all genuine. I, as a demon god pillar no less, felt good about the situation and used Kiara's intelligence and social standing to effectively control the oil rig. Kiara's body proved to be an exceptional tool in my dealings with the opposite sex. No matter who they were or what they did, none resisted the temptation it offered. I learned much about human pleasure during that time. Of course, I truly would have been better off not knowing. Demon god pillars have no need for pleasure. For a spiritual being like myself, the pleasures of the flesh proved to be too much. I found myself increasingly unable to escape their allure. Human niceties, the stimuli that comes from relationships, even pleasure that incorporates spirituality. Before I knew it, I was begging Kiara to help me understand. Though completely obedient, it was Kiara who was controlling my actions before long. How might I best make researchers capitulate, or increase my authority even further? Her desire and ability to take action astonished me. The sheer ugliness within her was worthy of a demon god. Indeed, it was I who converted SE.RA.PH into Seraph, but the changes that followed exceeded all expectations. Kiara helped and healed the SE.RA.PH personnel that had been thrown into the chaos. She engineered a situation in which she was absolutely indispensable. After that, she cut each one of them off from their group, one after the other. There was no rhyme or reason to who was chosen. Engulfed by the crisis, overwhelming fear twisted the personalities of the staff, made them depraved, stripped them of every last shred of humanity. One man killed his wife, fearing Kiara would abandon him. Another, a woman, was killed by the others after she plotted to kill Kiara. There was a woman who was killed simply because she saw Kiara looking sad. There was one who wanted to escape Kiara's grasp but was unable to do so. I simply wanted a place to hide. I had no wish to see this world before me transformed into hell. What are you saying, SE.RA.PH? The plan was to have more and more fun, was it not? It was then that Kiara seduced the personnel into opening up the planetarium to her. They opened Pandora's box of their own volition. BB and 128 servants appeared on Seraph. Claiming she did it for my sake, Kiara took control and ruled Seraph from behind the scenes. By then, I'd already lost control of her body. I could do nothing to stop her. It was now I who was possessed. Much as I had intended to possess her, She proved herself superior in that regard. I see. So each of the 4 escape pillars intend to create a singularity of their own. Each of us had our own goals, and we all found that in order to achieve them, we needed to create singularities. When I told her that, her lips bent into a sympathetic smile of refusal. I can only ask why. Why create a singularity when it would feel so much better to become one instead? That was the moment I realized I'd underestimated human desire, that it had gone beyond all control. But it was too late. I tried to separate myself from Kiara, but I had no influence over her whatsoever. I had not the slightest bit of freedom to speak of. I desperately wanted to leave. I begged to leave. To my shame, I would have done anything to be free. I even offered to find her a new victim in my place. How could you say such a thing, SE.RA.P.H? We share the same fate, the same ideals. Well, perhaps you're dissatisfied with me somehow? I still remember the pang of terror I felt when she asked me that. Forgive me. Please let me go. I am taking over each and every day. I am helping to create a demon, but there's no stopping it. No turning back. The longer I had access to the diary I'd hidden in the chapel, all that was permitted. The only place I was granted was the tip of Kiara's pinky finger. Shaking off the fear, I continued to beg and plead. Free me. Let me go. Nonsense, SE.RA.P.H. Your pleas upset me. You were mistaken to think that my pinky finger was yours to reside in. That was the only place for you. There's no place for you inside me anymore. I gave you that only as a courtesy. All that remains of you is your consciousness, and that's only because I allowed it. I lost my mind. A madness overtook me. One last thought came to me. This woman stole everything I had ever been. What little is left of me would fade away if I were to leave her. What's worse, to be enslaved by a human, or to die proudly as a demon god? It was a difficult decision, but in the end, I chose the former. We are like friends, you and I. She beamed. Her smile, dripping with love, disgusted me even further. But if that's truly what you desired, then I guess I have no choice but to let you go. No, don't! No, no, no! Stop it! Your pinky is more than enough for me! Please don't abandon me! My goals, my will, and my reason for being, please don't take them away from me! You'll be fine, SE.RA.P.H. As long as we have our pleasure, you will be fine. Your goal is humanity's salvation, and apparently so is mine. So leave everything to me, and return to the place from which you came. I'm disappearing and fading fast. I can't hold on. How did it come to this? I did nothing wrong. Why? No, I don't want this. This is horrible. This is too much. Don't kill me. Don't abandon me. Don't throw me away. Don't forsake me, Kiara. You've been sadistic, Kiara. You purposefully chose to do the opposite of what SE.RA.P.H. told you, didn't you? You don't listen very well, do you? I only ever did what SE.RA.P.H. asked of me. But whatever he said after that has nothing to do with me, and has long since been forgotten. I see. Well, SE.RA.P.H. isn't blameless, I guess. He consumed a large number of SE.RA.P.H.'s personnel, too. We can just follow that under karma and move on. So it's my job to run the Holy Grail War, isn't it? If so, I'm going to do it as objectively as possible. Yes, of course. It should take them at least a year in SE.RA.P.H. in terms for me. For SE.RA.P.H. to emerge, yes? And we need something to keep us busy while we're all falling, right? If so, the best way I could think to amuse myself is to summon more servants. Ah, such a wonderful and exciting prospect that I can hardly contain myself. I can experience delights that I've only dreamed of before this. It's all thanks to Zip. What was it? Whatever it was. If nothing else, I thank the Demon God Pillar for this opportunity. So that was our exposition done before the final battle. And this is not a battle either, it's just a cutscene? Okay. Where am I? I thought I was dead. We were all dead, like literally dead. What the hell's going on? I cannot be happier. Survival is a victory all its own. Whew. I was worried we bought the farm. Some people just can't help but mess up. Oh, thanks, BB. Seems you can be useful at times, huh? Of course I can. Though maybe I would have been better off saving everyone but you. But never mind that. BB, with the super duper save. How'd I do, senpai? Did I make you proud? Now you just have to admit that I'm cute. I'm reclaiming the mantle of a heroine that Melt stole from me. Thanks again, BB. Gabriel won't forget all of your meddling that easily. Melty! Yeah, I'm just glad to see you're safe, Gabriel. I always believed you could do it, but for a second there I was kind of worried. Jeez, you're only paying attention to the egos. What's a cute kohai gotta do to get a thank you? I have no idea what just happened. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I mean, the plot swerved pretty hard back there. We're running short on time, so let me explain. The true demon, or rather the evil of humanity in this reality, got the best of you. Setsui and Kiara, the depraved nun and boss of SE.RA.P.H, very nearly ended you. Well, your servants actually did die, technically. All of them, in fact. So you really should try a bit harder next time. So, I may be rewind time a teensy bit so you can have a do-over. You gotta be kidding, BB. That level of time reversal is kind of scary, don't you think? I know, right? I bet you'll think twice about messing around with me and SE.RA.P.H again. Time travel in the digital world is actually pretty simple, so long as it's a leap with a quantum locked period. Well, a leap of up to 3 hours, give or take. You need the right coordinates in space, though. Specifically, this classroom is outside of SE.RA.P.H about 100 meters or so above. SE.RA.P.H digitized the Marina Trench as it passed through, you see. Under these special circumstances, the higher you go, the further back in time you go. I see. Like using time as a ruler. And then because we're hundreds of meters above SE.RA.P.H right now, that means that we've traveled back to about 90 seconds before our deaths, roughly speaking. So we may venture up from SE.RA.P.H. Pardon me if I'm slow to grasp, but does this mean that if we leave SE.RA.P.H and return to the surface, we can go back in time by 2.5 real-world hours? Which is to say, back before all this began, before Chaldea's master arrived? Theoretically, yes, as long as you get to the coordinates right. Problem is, once you're in SE.RA.P.H, escaping Kiara's sexual allure, all kinds of gravitational field, really, is no easy task. For one, you need to exceed the speed of light. I mean, that's definitely possible in the digital world, but the spiritrons that compose the spirit oceans would need to be able to survive the stress of those speeds. Accelerating to those speeds would make short work of even an A-rank servant. So, even if you did try to escape SE.RA.P.H, you'd probably burn up in the process. At least that's what would normally happen. See, I told you it's impossible to escape from SE.RA.P.H. But SE.RA.P.H cannot be left to its own devices. You know that, right? It would result in that vile evil of humanity, Beast 3, becoming one with the Earth. Not even I can laugh that one off. Don't forget it was the reason I was dispatched to SE.RA.P.H in the first place. So you're not Kiara's minion? Not at all! Well, not anymore. I was simply bound to do her bidding. Forced to serve as the manager of SE.RA.P.H. But now that the Holy Grail War has ended, I've been set free. And you know what that means? Now BB can serve as your commander. Right, we get it. You don't need to talk our ears off. So, Commander, the plan is to defeat the lady and destroy SE.RA.P.H. A fine plan it is. We certainly all know what a piece of work she is. Just one problem. We don't stand a chance. If we had 100 servants, she'd still flatten us. What is Beast 3 anyway? Seems like the sort of thing only 21st century could produce, you know? Given how unmotivated you usually are, it's kind of annoying to see you're the one asking the pertinent questions. In fact, you're getting kind of pushy. Very pushy. I'm tempted to turn you over to Kiara right now. I'm being serious here, you know? Where are you now? Anyways, the Beast 3 you have met here is probably R, one half of Beast 3. R as in right? Or what, like rated R? Shouldn't it be, Tell me, Senpai, did you leave your brain back with Kiara? I did some digging and found that some beasts come in pairs. Left and right, yin and yang. In that sense, Kiara is R of Beast 3. Or rather, that is what she's becoming. You can say she's like a butterfly about to emerge from its chrysalis. So she's still just chrysalis, you say. Do you mean to say that she will grow even stronger as time passes? I wonder. When they say a butterfly yet to emerge, what I mean is that she will be free to move, versus being unable to move at all. Kiara used Seraph to become a beast, but she's also still bound to Seraph. So what I mean is, by a butterfly emerging in this case, is that she and the planet will fuse together once Seraph reaches its core. Oh, I've got like a super bad feeling about this. So let's finish her already. Pest's gotta get squished, right? Now don't get hasty. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think BB is about to tell us how to deal with her. Yes, right. Defeating Kiara, Beast 3 will be no easy task, but I maybe kind of saw this coming, so ta-da! Special BB items just for this occasion. The absolute dirtiest exploits in history of ever. I've got an anti-libido serum that suppresses Logos Eater, a skill that leads to death by self-gratification in any sapient being. I got ways to counteract the beast's allure. I've got ways to level it down. I've got ways to seal its skills. Senpai, I got what you need. I prepared it all especially for you, and it's all very reasonably priced. You're selling them? Did you miss the part where the whole world is in danger? She's just like Ishtar. Oh, come on, Senpai. What did you expect? Did you think this awesome stuff just grows on trees? Why do you think I've been collecting Sakura Men for so long? It wasn't exactly easy to help you out with Kiara without Kiara catching on. Everything I did was to prepare for this, and that's why I set aside my feelings and just skimmed a little off the top. Skimmed a little, huh? Don't worry, Gabriel. She's trying to pretend that she's a bit busy processing data to avoid replying. At any rate, all the conditions have been met. BB, Proud Ally of Humanity mode, unlocked. Beast 3R is the enemy. And this unprecedented disaster cannot be averted without your help. I'm not an inhabitant of this world. I'm just an AI dispatched from the Mooncell Automaton. But as a good ally of humanity and temporary manager of Seraph, I request your help. Operation CCC, Cursed Cubic Cleanser, is a go. Let's throw some cold water on the evil of humanity that's trying to put it into the planet. Hehehe. Only 1 hour till we set off for battle. There you are. I've been looking for you. What are you doing here alone in a classroom like this? Something about that courtyard that's caught your eye? What, does this school remind you of yours? Lip, BB, and I have some sort of attachment to the school. Doesn't mean that we were students, though. That's right, I forgot to tell you, but I'm almost back on my feet. Take me with you when you leave to fight Sesuin. I have a serious bone to pick with her. You're suspiciously quiet. Is there something you want to say to me? Thank you. For everything. Pfft, what's this about? It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all about give and take after all, isn't it? We've been fighting together ever since you arrived on Seraph. You were a weak master, and then you're not much better now. I've seen my fair share of adversity and sadness, but really, that's not such a bad thing. So honestly, I feel like I should be the one thanking you. I already got what I wanted most in this world. If there's anything I could say in thanks, I would. If Seraph ceases to exist, Lip and I will return to our world, and our bond with you will be severed. But I'll stay by your side until that happens. You're my one and only master. Listen, you're not hiding anything, are you? Absolutely nothing. The past is in the past, Gabriel. Farewell, Master. If you escape Seraph, give my regards to BB for me. Melt's Death Whip added to the KP shop. Okay. Oh. Alright. Okay. Okay, a lot of items here. So yeah. So apparently, we gotta buy some items to stock up for the fight with Kiara, and that's what all this KP was for. So we're gonna go ahead and buy this, the Death Whip. And then we're just gonna use all these items during the actual fight with, oh, reset all the Kiara points. Okay. Okay, so each one of these, no. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, I think I get what this is doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode done right here, and then we'll pick back up next time after I've got my items for the fight with Kiara ready, and then we'll go to the what I hope is the final battle, and then we'll hopefully finish out this event in one fell swoop next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Blade Cross EXE, part of Flash and Blades Productions, and tune in next time where we continue with our battle against Setsu and Kiara, the Beast of Humanity. Alright, peace out!